gods have disgraced me before my queens. But soon, the Ascaris will complete its task and bring you to me.
They spotted you.
Warframe spotted! Attack!
Alarms successfully hacked. The location is returning to normal security levels.
Get clear!
Alarms reset.
Where is he? Oh shit, just... Ow! That's what's killing me? Or just standing there will it kill me? Oh man. Oh my. You know I'm gonna run into all them dudes. Where did he come from? Just throw a grenade at me. That works. Gotcha, bitch.
Doors are locked. Time to break in. Override successful. Let's get going. Alarms have been reset.
Come here. Where is he?
Alarms have been reset. Good work. We have what we... Wait. Tenno, coordinates in this nav segment put the galleon on a direct course to a convoy of colonists. You have a choice. You can extract now, or you can disable this galleon and save the colonists. Saving the colonists could jeopardize this mission. I recommend you head straight to extraction, but the choice is yours. The Ascaris failsafe is attacking your systems. Your shield capacity has just been halved. You're wasting precious time, Tenno. Kidding me.
Ow! It stuck to me.
Alarms successfully hacked. The location is returning to normal security levels. You're on the sensors now. You've been detected.
Hell no, that thing will cut me down. enough.
Been locked out. Let's override the security. We're free to proceed. You've reached the ship's power systems. Destroy the reactor. When you are ready, proceed to the navigation console. The detonator is charging up. You need to bring Vor down. He thinks he can capture you again. Don't worry. I will be with you. Let us show him how much you have learned.
Fantastic Thursday. Welcome back to the Philip DeFranco Show, and let's just jump into the first thing I want to talk about today. And yes, this is really the world we're living in. News: Kid Rock is running for Senate. Or at least that's what a lot of the headlines have been saying for the past 24 hours. I looked into it, and it does not look like he is officially running. As of right now, it does not look like Kid Rock has registered his candidacy with the Federal Election Commission. In fact, the only thing that's real about this whole conversation right now is that KidRockForSenate.com is a real website. As of right now, all we have is Kid Rock doing this picture with a caption. I've had a ton of emails and texts asking me if that's real. The answer is absolutely yes. Stay tuned. I have an announcement in the near future. When you go to that website, it's supposed to be hosted by Warner Bros. Records. There's just the links for merch. Now, we'll not outright make fun of the idea of a Senator Kid Rock. The last time one people did that, I like to say it like such a messed up election made people care about the news again. So as of right now, will he be prepping to run? Maybe. Or he might just be using this to merchandising play or a way to join over the movement. Remember, even if he runs as a way to promote his music, there is a chance he may end up in the government. Same Carson was trying to promote book sales being our second. Also, Kid Rock wasn't the only Rock in the news. We have Wayne the Rock Johnson, and some jokes about Wayne the Rock Johnson actually running for the presidency in 2020.
This is our chance. Who has been stripped of his elite guard? He is vulnerable. Take
The
him
Rock
out.
himself did not register in 2020.
This is our chance. Who has been stripped of his elite guard? He is vulnerable. Take him out.
I don't have any relationship with Wayne Johnson. He made some enthusiasm and energy on the ground. Mr. Johnson prompted me to create your organization. The hope is that Mr. Johnson will see how much America desires the real leadership only he can provide in terms of the race. As right now, he's done 50%. That said, if America wants to elect The Rock, I would like to nominate his brother. Right off the top of my head, Quick Rock, ASAP Rocky, Rocky Balboa, as a real-life movie version of the animated Bridgeford. And it goes out yet, Rocky from Rocky and Bullwinkle, or The Rock that leads you through a Captain Kirk, but with Goo Goo. Because, fuck it, nothing matters anymore, and everything is actually on the inside of this for everyone. Every that you would vote for, who would you vote for? And more to this and why. Then I want to take a look at the most popular segment we have had on the show, according to a poll I just made up in my head right now. Let's talk about the race. Today, that story is about Sammy Sosa. And those who don't know, Sammy Sosa was a professional baseball player. Many see him as one of the all-time greats. Many others also focus on his drug test controversy. The reason we're talking about Sammy Sosa today doesn't have to do with steroids or baseball. It has to do with Big Sheen. When I first said Sammy Sosa, I chose this picture during 2007. That's 2007, and during the coverage of the home run derby,
Age to draw your divine.
what the hell happened to Sammy? I feel one person perfectly summed up most people's reaction to this new look with the comment, Sammy Sosa out here looking like a built this one. The question became, how did we go from 2007 Sammy Sosa to this Sammy Sosa? Is it Elido? Does he have some sort of condition, or is it something else? Well, based off of what we've seen in the past, it looks like it's most likely something else. This is the first time that we controversy around Sammy Sosa's look. Back in 2009, when Sammy Sosa was at a music awards show, this picture went public. And it was a big reaction, although not as big as this. And later, when he was in therapy, Sammy Sosa said he knew it. It's a blinky thing that I applied for going to bed. The thing that I have it I'm not a racist, I live my life happily. And what happened was, I was using the screen for a long time, and that, right, is my Facebook writer for 3 years. I don't think I look like a Jack. And that statement as a whole is very confusing. Initially, it was too green, but then later tried to describe it as somewhat of a moisturizer that happens to bleach your skin. So we look at the difference between 2009 and 2017, and so can you understand why people think we still bleach their skin? 100% allowed to do whatever he wants to do to himself. It does make me wonder about his mental state, his self-esteem, that he hates himself. I feel like something has to be going on in his head that makes him go different ways of making his skin look filthy bright to me. For me, I ultimately have the same reaction I have every day I read a story about someone doing $80 billion in plastic surgery to look like a Barbie doll. Okay, that makes you happy, I guess. But from that, I want to share some stuff I love today. Today in Austin. There's always been Austin. We got a brand new trailer for Jason Bateman's new Netflix series, Ozark. Initially, I was interested, then I was excited, and now this just looks phenomenal. Everything from the trailer makes me feel like Bateman or any early period of excellent. Then, if you didn't see it, I gotta share pieces of this monologue at the SB associated. Solid and funny, despite what Kevin did. I believe one conducted their first the vacuum test was run at 70
Stand up. You realize your notice has sent you to die.
Target spotted. Stay sharp. This one is
I'm excited about this strap. And for the final bit of excited or record fights coming up. Behind the scenes of unless I'm thinking baseball happens to switch the sport completely upside down, we're probably going to be watching Conor McGregor prepare.
Your corpse will serve us well. Strike to the brainiac.
You've been seen.
My
beating up already. They rolled me around. He put his arm to the gun, so he put his knee in my back, and I told him I couldn't breathe. And then he put his other knee in my head, and I told him I can't breathe, I can't breathe. And then I started yelling out, somebody help me, somebody help me. They're gonna kill me.
And that's the reason arrested her. And the reason they claimed they arrested her was that she said once the language was off there,
Your corpse will serve us well.
the suspect based on the description of the
This one has your name on it.
black, 5 foot female, braided hair with jean shorts and a white top. Meanwhile, the deceased suspect is a 30-year-old black male, 5'10", bald head, no feet, wearing a white shirt with face that sexually matched and then gray sweater. Kind of makes me wonder why it's the point to be so descriptive in who the suspect is. It's really the only thing that stands out is black person, white shirt. I just wanted to point that out for you.
This one has your name on it.
She was straddling her bike when Officer Vasquez came over to gain control of her. This thing, 120-pound top, second Vasquez off the fall. Vasquez was healing. Black Tatiana landed on her back.
Your corpse will serve us well.
The man, when the correct them advised you to be married, it's a the state. In the late CP has gotten involved, they say the top gun is but great. The other but I do feel these officers, not only because mistaken identity parts are so crazy, but because they make her sound like a user shoulder checks the police officer off, they see this. Fighters passing cars, getting ready to unfortunately, the story is just one of the many daily
The Ascaris detonator has just descended.
Perfect.
It's as if it was directly connected. We're done here. Call to extraction.
In this situation, who died in St. Martin from a jet blast.
Doors unlocked. Time to break in.
Sounds familiar. It is a famous location if you love to watch airplanes. It's famous for being so close to Princess Juliana International Airport. Those flying planes just above me. There have been more and more reports in the past year that people have gone from just watching the planes pass across overhead to some now walking up to the fence, grabbing a hold of the fence,
Override
and
successful.
as an
Let's get
airplane
going.
takes off just in front of them. In fact, someone doing that is like the first person I've ever heard about this. That's the year-old woman was trying to hold on to the fence. It does appear she was he can pass the ability of security footage. With stories like this, it always causes the two versions of myself in my brain to fight it out. There's part of me that says this is sad, no one deserves to die, no one deserves this. And then I would say in my brain that long story is people saw what it was. You're aware of the risk. There are signs like this right there. You're just not at the party in a riding aircraft. Your physical harm because of extreme bodily harm and stuff like that. And sign is 100%. Some of the people are everyone is saying it's careful. I understand why they are happening, but
The location is returned to normal security levels.
giant one, the Smith, giant. So that's how this is. I want to pass the question on to you. Are you in the mindset that this is a tragic accident, or are you thinking remember, if you like this video, that's what I'm trying to do on the channel. That like button, if you move your hit that subscribe button. Also, if you missed yesterday's Phil Franklin show, you want to catch up, you tap right there to watch that. That's, of course, as always, mine. So, Franklin, you just please do. Then I will go face to see tomorrow.
Hold on, guy. There's nothing this way. The fuck? Get it. Oh, okay. Okay. Didn't see that.
They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here. You've done it, Tenno. Voris Ascaris is gone. You are free now. But your work has just begun. The origin system is in chaos, and it needs you, Tenno. Vor was just a part of the Grenier machine, and we've seen that the corpus have begun amassing weapons.
This is Gathering Channel B.
It is a
To all the girls that are trying to talk to my ball pie, this was for you. Shout out to Fire Flame Flow Productions, Corey Kitchen.
Yeah.
Stand at your side.
Good old freaking
It is time for the
Back to the
Tenno to
Gathering
return.
Simulator, guys.
So, what
So,
mission will you do next?
guys, I know I've gone through some stuff with this game, you know, going a little crazy. I can assure you, everything is not okay. I promise not to kill anyone else. And anyone who doesn't believe me, well, I can show you too, know you too. I'm totally watching. It's okay, it's okay. As long as you don't mess with all mine, everything will be fine. Guys, it's been so long that we played this game. Let's just get in here. But you already know. We ain't doing that without ball mine. Alright, we're in. So I haven't played this game for like 8 months, so I'm not gonna know everything that's been updated. All I know is Princess. The basement. I wanna see what the freaking do. We got tape and boxes there. We got a cassette tape.
The scanner has picked up a target. Go to the dig site.
How many people I kill? No matter. I don't care how many people have to kill to do
Get Clem!
I played this game, it's a lot cleaner. Frame rate is a lot better. The fountain looks good. Everybody's asking. I can't talk to anybody. Why can't I talk to anybody? Bravo, good track. I mean, everything's a lot more vibrant. You got a freaking. There is literally an actual force field around the pool. You can't actually on the oh, Sam, I don't care about the force field. I'm diving in him. Oh. You freaking moron. It's been quite a while, Look up my shirt. See the mark on my shirt. Hey, girls, how you guys doing? Gosh, you freaking out. Hey, Andre, how you doing? Hey, yeah, what's up, girl? Oh, nothing much. Just want to see how the girls are doing. And, going from the school. Why can't we come to school tomorrow? I actually have a 4.0 and I'm not trying to mess it up. I don't care about your freaking 4.0. Are you freaking smart? Probably be wise to not go to school. Oh, well, I'm not worried about it. Me and Baldy over there have a little student project, so we'll be working with it. What? I think the robot? Oh, is that right? Oh, what's that? I guess anatomy or something. You have to, like, study me, like, my body. I don't really know, but wow, that sounds cool. He seems like such a nice guy. I'd like to know what he's up to. Have a passion! No, that's cool. That's good. I have a little message for you. I've been working on it, so, yeah. Yeah. This is Gathering 10 on the beat. To all the girls that are trying to talk to my ball pie, this one's for you. Shout out to Fireflame Flow Productions, Corey Kitchen. Yeah, stabbing, yeah. All of this killing, ball pie is my mind. Gonna go try to talk to him. If you do, I will stab her again. Understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, I get it. Okay, now let's get down. Yo, y'all watch Mulan. Alright, so there was some like secret or something where if you took the ritual knife and then killed somebody and then lit them on fire or something, then have like flame powers. I have no idea. I know this is when we get the ritual knife. I can't take it away. We got the ritual knife. Now I need to kill someone and then put the knife back in. I don't know. Hey, come here real quick. Alright, so she's in the circle. Take it out. Alright, so now she's in the circle. I'm gonna put it back in. Oh! Who is this? My man. What? Confused. What is this? What are you? What is this witchery? First thing, whatever. What do you want me to do? I don't really know what that is. I don't really know what she is.
Cute little thing.
Yeah. Why? What I gotta do? that I talk to you. You gotta talk to this thing here. Firepower, I think. Yeah, we're good. Indeed, I do, sister. Hey, what y'all doing? Move, move, move. Why am I running slow? Move, move. Hey, get the freak away from me. Move, move. Move, look at her skating next to me. All right. So I'm figuring this out. What we gotta do is, we gotta come this way. We gotta take the knife. Give the knife. Take the knife. Give the knife.
Excavator is ready to go. Keep it powered and protected from enemy
Eat the
fire.
knife. Let's get it. It's the fire. Yeah, follow me. You're actually about to die. Come right in the front. Goodbye. Sorry. Okay, now the knife completed. I got some type of... You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead.
An artifact has been located. Proceed.
Oh my God. Okay. I would go with that all of my friends. That was me. What the? Thank you. I told you, Katana! I told you when it's going. I told you. Now. I forced you. Rick! Teachers, I know y'all don't want me. Oh yeah, Miss Trunchbull. I got that. Miss Trunchbull.
We have reviewed. Look what you found. Extraction is available if you choose.
What? Oh my God, bro! My game did glitch right as I was about to exact revenge for me. By the way, this was an alternate reality episode. I mean, in our real reality, we
got the boxes, sisters. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Yonder Rain. Ready for the next one and ready for the sound of tonight. And be sure to stay around, like that like those. Started it in 27.
Oh, just see my stretching. Where'd it go? I'm coming.
Talking about net neutrality and what you need to know about it and why we need to keep it in place. Now, you guys probably have seen a lot of trending tags going around today to the degree of Net Neutrality Action Day or Take Action Day as of July 12th. And it's basically a date that was picked so that everybody that supported net neutrality can come forward and basically explain why it's important to protect it. Now, today during Morning Coffee with Barnacles, which is the live stream that I do every single day over on Twitch TV/Barnacles at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, we hit the topic of net neutrality today because, of course, it was such a big deal today. And I realized just how many people don't actually understand what it is. A lot of people that were actually against net neutrality, it turns out they were for net neutrality and they were just confused. Well, now this creates a very serious issue because if net neutrality goes away as we know it, so does the internet. And I'm going to explain why in this video. But first we have to start out with why net neutrality exists and what it is. So net neutrality, the big, huge, broad overview is net neutrality protects us from tyrannical ISPs, basically your internet service provider. They're the people that prevent Comcast and Frontier and Wave and all those big conglomerated ISPs from determining which websites that we can visit and how fast those websites can go between us and our internet connection. So net neutrality prevents them from governing that. Actually, what it does is it puts a set of rules in place that make them act more like a utility, like your electric company, for instance, than a cable company. Now, the reason why this is critically important is because there were a lot of ISPs that were abusing their power before net neutrality went into effect. They were doing stuff like cutting off services, not making Skype reachable. Some of the wireless ISPs like Verizon and stuff on the cell phone were blocking services like Skype and FaceTime in favor of their own services. Netflix actually has been severely throttled back in those days so that people are like, why is it skipping? Why can't I watch in 1080p? And it actually had nothing to do with Netflix. Throttling it because they wanted you to buy their cable packages and watch their digital television. Well, net neutrality came along during the Obama administration. It's been in effect for about 3 years. It's a set of rules and guidelines under something called Title II that basically holds ISPs responsible as a utility, meaning that they can provide internet to a customer, but they can't stipulate or regulate what the customer does with that internet. For instance, if you buy a 50 megabit connection from your internet provider, you have 50 megabit everywhere. You can go to any site you want. You can use virtual private networks. If you want to go and do this, you can do this. If you want to go and do that, you can go do that. And because it's a utility, much like electricity, you pay for the service and then you use it how you see fit. Well, the problem is if net neutrality goes away and those ISPs are no longer governed as a utility, we only want Netflix to have 1 megabit of bandwidth, so you can only watch 240p from Netflix. That'll encourage customers for also going to empower the mobile carriers. They're going to disable Skype. They're going to disable Discord. They're going to disable services that allow you to talk on the internet with your
ill.
And they're going to want you to use their conference service. You kind of see where I'm going with this? So net neutrality was something that was put in place to make internet service providers accountable like utilities companies. Now, let me give you an example here that might make it a little bit clearer. Imagine that you pay for electricity. Now, the way electricity works is you pay a certain amount per kilowatt per month to use that electricity. Just like with the internet, you pay a certain amount per gigabyte. Because most of the connections have a cap. Some are unlimited, but they're never really truly unlimited. But let's just say, you have 200 gigabytes a month you can download for $50. Well, look at it from an electric standpoint. Your electric company sells you so many kilowatts for, $150 a month. Well, it doesn't matter if you plug in a vacuum cleaner. It doesn't matter if you plug in a blow dryer. It doesn't matter if you plug in a vibrator. It doesn't matter if you plug in a TV or a blender or even a microwave. They don't care. They sold you that power, and that power is yours to do with what you want. Now, what if the electric company wasn't run like the utility? So they didn't have any kind of things in place that said that they can't hurt their customers or benefit from gouging their customers. Well, here's what could happen. The electric company could say, well, you can only plug in vacuums that use a certain amount of power unless you buy our vacuum. If you buy our vacuum, then you can use the full 15 amps that comes out of the outlet. That's American voltage. I know you guys over in the UK and everything have completely different voltage systems, but bear with me on this analogy. You can't plug in blenders. They block blenders. You can plug in a microwave, but unless it's their approved microwave that makes them money, it will only run at 100 watts, so it'll take 30 minutes to cook a bean burrito. You kind of see where I'm going with this? Net neutrality is what allows you to buy a service from an ISP and use that service how you see. And block this IP. We've already won the battle against net neutrality. Earlier last year, they already tried to put up a proposal to take it away. Here's a big problem that we have. Is because people think we've already defeated that because we shot it down once, that it's not a big deal again. Well, that's unfortunately not true. Now, strangely, he does this because he wants this, because he wants a free internet. He wants free internet. Ask yourself this. Who's your internet? Now ask yourself another question. What other internet providers do you have in your area that you can select from? And I'm not talking about cable and DSL. I'm talking about multiple cable providers and multiple DSL providers. Let me guess. You don't have a choice, do you? You actually don't have a choice. That is because ISPs have already become monopolies. They've already shown that they will manipulate the law and make deals with the city so that they are the exclusive case in point. My little internet provider I have in my town has an exclusive 10-year agreement with my city saying that I can only use their shitty internet. Flip a switch and I can get a gigabit down. Actively investing in upgrading that infrastructure. I'm happy here because I do want to faster internet. Now, I'm just saying that the investment in infrastructure, yes, you're seeing in gigabit speeds, they're understanding higher speed internet connections. Of course they're going to invest in infrastructure, but they already have monopolies with the city to basically force customers to use their internet or nothing. Now, he claims that there hasn't been a lot of problems in the past, and it's just a lot of double talk. Go watch the speeches. He's trying to say that there's never been an incident where an ISP has really abused its power, per se. Actually a bullshit lie, because net neutrality needed to go into effect to any issues. And here, let me go ahead and tell you about just a couple of them here. So before net neutrality went into effect, these are just a couple of the things that happened. River Communications blocked VoIP services. FCC had to put a stop to it. So the FCC had to step in to actually put a stop to it because there was no net neutrality there to prevent them from doing it in the first place. Okay, Comcast denied access to all peer-to-peer services without notifying customers. So they decided to no, we don't like different, we don't like peer-to-peer service, we're just going to stop all of it. Net neutrality, if it was in effect in 2005, would stop that. AT&T blocked Skype and every other VoIP service. That was in 2007. They didn't get stopped. They couldn't do that anymore. Metro PCS tried to block all streaming except for YouTube. They actually sued the FCC. That was in 2011. Now, of course, they can't do that because of net neutrality. It protects them. AT&T, Sprint, Verizon all blocked access for tethering apps. Android marketplace because they didn't want you to be able to use your bandwidth on another device other than the cell phone. And it's a Google Block tethering app on Android because it let the owners avoid a $20 tethering fee. And there's a $1.25 million suit in favor of the plaintiffs, suing them for this. So they won. Luckily, they won, but again, net neutrality was in effect. A legal argument. It would have just been they broke the law. If you try to block access to FaceTime unless customers save more money. So there you have an extortion situation where they're like, well, this is FaceTime, so let's see if we get more money from that, even though it's a service for just using internet bandwidth to pay for as a utility. Verizon stated that the only thing stopping them from favoring some content providers over other providers was a net neutrality. So Verizon is actually on the record publicly stating that the only thing preventing them from locking down services and neutrality.
Curse that net neutrality. Curse it. Curse it. Yes.
And in 2017, you have Time Warner Cable refused to upgrade their marketing to get more money out of Riot Games, creators of League of Legends, and Netflix. So you can see that these companies are actually doing a lot of nefarious things. They're already trying to abuse their... That's right. I personally don't think... arguably saying, we need to get rid of net neutrality, because they thought that's what people were saying. They thought that net neutrality has to do with the verbiage of it. A lot of them didn't realize that what they wanted was net neutrality. They didn't want it abolished, but they were fighting for its abolishment because they were confused. Now, the issue has been confused so much by the ISPs themselves and the media that it's really hard for you to know which side to be on. Well, I'm going to clear that up for you right now. Like a free internet. Like an internet where you can do whatever you want with it.
Do you choose to leave now?
For that bandwidth, and you pay for that modem, and you pay for that service, and you should be able to do whatever you goddamn well want to with it, then you are pro net neutrality. Now, if you happen to be one of the few people that think that net neutrality...
Very impressive, Tenno. You held them all back. Time to get out of here.
Yeah, but the ISPs were not doing the right thing, and that's the whole reason that net neutrality went into effect in the first place. Now, a couple of other facts that I want to drop on you right now is a Jeep Pi the new chair of the FCC, guess who put him in the chair position? Trump did. Trump put him in that position because Trump wants to undo everything Obama did. Doesn't matter if it was good, doesn't matter if it was bad, doesn't matter. He just wants to
Are you aware of the punishment for false declarations?
care about the ramifications. So he put Ajit in power because Ajit was one of the few people that actually was challenging. And another piece of evidence that you need to know, a lawyer for Verizon. Do you really think that that's the person who should be the chairman of the FCC? We honestly didn't really get a choice. I mean, Trump put him there because Trump wanted to abolish what Obama wanted to do, but I don't even think Trump realized it. His access to the internet as he knows it today. And we all know that our illustrious leader Trump likes to just post anything that's on his mind, Kofifi and everything, and attacking people and bullying and even screwing with nuclear powers via Twitter. And that is his free use of the internet. And now he's appointed somebody and he's trying to kill him in direct opposition to that. Now keep in mind, not really, because Trump has an infinite amount of money, which means he can pay for every single service. He can pay to even create his own ISP if he wanted to. He's that 1%er guy that literally these laws don't even affect. He doesn't care about the fallout of it, but you and I do. We do care about it. We want net neutrality, guys. Net neutrality allows the FCC to step in and regulate internet service providers. The internet service providers aren't hurting for money. They got tons of money. They're still charging me $100 a month for my shitty little internet connection, and they're charging everybody else $100 a month too. They're getting plenty of money. Net neutrality is the only thing preventing them from nickel and diming us, and gouging us, and selling us plans where if you want to use Facebook, you got to pay an extra $5 a month. If you want to use Netflix, you got to pay an extra $10 a month. You're going to start seeing websites showing up as channels and packages, like when you get your cable. You know, your cable packages. They always come with 10 channels you don't watch and one channel you want. You're going to start seeing websites bundled together and services like Skype and Discord bundled together. Guys, you do not want that. Trust me. And you can do your own research. Do not believe me, guys. Don't go, oh, God, this fat guy on the internet's full of shit. Go do your own research and come to your own conclusions. But please do not just make assumptions. Go out and look at it. Because a lot of the shit that I didn't even think was that bad, once I went and looked at it, it was. After the conversation I had on Morning Coffee this morning on my live stream over on Twitch, it was abundantly apparent that people didn't know which side to be on, and they didn't really know what net neutrality was. And that's again. Now you guys are probably asking yourself, what can I do sitting here on my ass to preserve net neutrality and ensure that it doesn't get just stolen out from underneath us?
Well, that's a good question.
And the answer to that question is not to let these little proposals slip in under the radar because we think that it's a non-issue anymore. We need to hit it head on. The best way to do that, guys, is you can contact the FCC directly at 1-800-CALL-FCC. Call them up and tell them your own voice. Leave a message. Tell them what you think. Also, tweet the FCC and go ahead and tweet Ajit too at AjitPieFCC. I will have it all linked down in the video description, along with all of the links to other videos and information sources so you yourself can gain more information on net neutrality and not just take it from the horse's mouth. Last but not least, you can go to battleforthenet.com. It's like battleforthenet.com. And they have a form that you can fill out that will automatically generate a mail on your behalf and send it off to Congress and the FCC. Guys, we have to do this. We absolutely have to do this. This is one of the most important videos that I've ever made. You guys know if you've been watching my channel, I make a lot of videos on advocacy for privacy, especially against Microsoft spying in Windows 10 and in companies that take advantage of us and our information. This trumps all of that. If I had to pick the order of importance, I would say net neutrality is dead number one. We cannot let net neutrality go away. We cannot afford to have it go away. If net neutrality goes away, we lose the internet as we know it today. Now, Ajit will argue all day long that the internet was just fine before net neutrality came along. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Do your own investigation. The internet was headed in a bad place. People were not getting the services they wanted to. People were having bandwidth issues. Companies were How do you believe that those companies actually say that they want net neutrality, but in realism they would do better without it? No. Companies like Netflix, companies like Facebook, all these big companies are coming forward in support of net neutrality, including Google. These companies know that it is important to have the internet be a fair playing field. It's important for the internet not to have fast lanes that are defined by the internet provider that in turn create slower lanes that are just gridlock traffic to everything else. Not fair. Think about it, guys. You want an ISP where, 10% of all the people on that ISP go visit a new fancy website because it's really cool?
Now they figure that out, they record that data and go, oh wow, everybody's going to that URL, we're going to go ahead and throttle that down to 1 kilobyte a second and issue a notice saying that it's $10 a month if you guys want to get that site at full bandwidth. Guys, you paid for your internet, you should get your internet. If you pay for 50 megabit, you should get 50 megabit. If you pay for 500 megabit, you should get 500 megabit. It makes no sense for you to buy a high-speed internet access connection when they have the right to throttle you everywhere without any kind of scrutiny. And the worst part about it, guys, is this wouldn't be that bad if there was competition. If you had 5 cable provider ISPs in your jurisdiction, it wouldn't be a big deal because they would all fight for your business and they would all slowly start to kind of self-regulate themselves to be the most attractive internet provider. Comcast is usually the monopoly in the area that it serves. Wave's the monopoly in the area it serves. Frontier's the monopoly in the area it serves. Charter's the monopoly in the area it serves. In these areas, it means you don't have a choice. Please do your research if you're unsure about it, but damn well don't just sit there and forget about it. You guys, right now, Ajit is trying to pass legislation to pull that all out. He's trying to do a reversal. He's trying to undo it all. Not little bits, not change the verbiage. He's trying to kill it completely, which is even worse than what they tried to do earlier on that we defeated, which is just modifying it a little bit. Do not let him succeed. So all the links are in the video description. I will have all of the stuff, all the step-by-step things that you need to do to maximize your impact in the petition and your message to Congress to make sure that this happens. Guys, if we're not loud about it, they're going to win, and I will tell you this. If net neutrality goes away, I guarantee you we will never get it back. We will never get it back. Anyways, guys, this is completely a bad move. Ajit is trying to screw everybody, and now he's the chairperson of our FCC. I understand the chairperson of FCC needs to understand law, but not in the context of trying to hurt us as consumers to make things better for the businesses. They need to hold the businesses liable and keep them honest. And they're already making tons of money. You guys can go do the research yourself. Their earnings are up every single year. Their infrastructures are growing every single year. There is absolutely no reason. If you look at every one of his arguments, he has yet to say a single thing that's guaranteed to happen in our favor. If net neutrality goes away, his entire argument is based on we need to trust the ISPs to do the right thing. ISPs are less regulated. Well, if the ISPs don't need to screw us over, bend us over a barrel, then why is net neutrality a problem for them, and why are they trying to get rid of it? Ask me that. It's like you want to get a cookie out of the cookie jar. You don't go, hey, Mom, could you just walk away and not watch us? I promise I'm not going to grab a cookie, but I really don't want you watching me while I'm near the cookie jar. You know you're going to grab that cookie. All right, guys. Take it easy, and until next time, be sure to come on over to Twitch TV /Barnacles down below. I am doing a daily live stream every day for 2 to 4 hours in the morning, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have a lot of fun. We're going to talk more about net neutrality tomorrow, amongst other topics. And and this is the first video in mini to kick off the YouTube channel again. So if you guys have been waiting for YouTube content, don't worry, more is coming down the stream. We've got the Stream Deck review coming. I'm going to be reviewing some other technology, got some other hardware that I want to review, and some of it's actually obtainium stuff that people can afford. Oh my God, is your mind blown? And please, guys, I know sometimes you feel lazy, but this is the one time you really need to listen to old Uncle Barnacles. Let's do something about this. Please, mail everybody you can. Fill out the forms. Please expand that video description. It's critically important. I'm never going to ask you guys for more than I'm asking for right now, and that is do not have everything.
This place will be returned to the void.
So much.
Price to performance standpoint. Predator Helios 300. Any gaming laptops that we've looked at before. But in order to get the same basic gaming specs as a $1,900 Razer Blade into a laptop for only $1,100, what other sacrifices did they have to make? Lots, it turns out. That doesn't mean that it's a bad product either. Browse privately and securely with TunnelBear, the simple VPN app. Try TunnelBear for free at the link in the video description. We were pleasantly surprised by the Predator Helios 300 when first opening it up. The brushed aluminum on the back of the display and the palm rest of the keyboard gives the laptop an unexpectedly premium feel, and the rigidity of the chassis helps here as well. It certainly looks the part of a gaming laptop with red accents. It's not terribly subtle, but in my opinion, it doesn't go over the top in its attention-seeking behavior. There are areas like around the screen and the bottom where materials like plastic reign supreme, and it doesn't have the reassuringly solid feel of something by Alienware, but it avoids feeling cheap, so I'm willing to forgive that. 2 Type-A USB 2s, and a Type-A and Type-C USB 3, plus Ethernet, HDMI 2.0, and even a full-size SD card slot adds up to pretty good I/O, but what's more than pretty good, maybe even fantastic, are the internal specs of this shockingly potent little devil. With a 6GB GTX 1060, a Core i7 7700HQ, and 16 gigs of DDR4 memory at just over $1,000. This was legitimately the first time. Like, I play this game, I'll guess how much something costs when I go around to people's booths at trade shows. This was the first time in years that I was shocked to see the price tag on a laptop. Now, obviously, there are differences here, but for the pieces of hardware that actually affect gaming performance, the Acer Helios on paper is the same as much more expensive competing products. But how about the experience? Well, let's put it this way. You won't have to worry about having to set a game at anything lower than high, since this thing has no problem pinning the frame rate at the 60 Hz refresh rate of the display. So no surprises here. It turns out that whether you cram 370 horsepower into a Charger or a 2-door Civic, it's gonna move pretty fast. And it's a bit on the chubby side at 31 millimeters, but unlike some of the sleeker and more expensive gaming machines we've seen, under load the Helios is able to stay nice and cool without becoming overly loud either. It even sports a pretty decent webcam, but not all is hunky-dory. To have an IPS screen on a budget-oriented gaming laptop at all should be the icing on the cake, and it does have one. Whoa! How do I put this delicately? It's kind of like a grocery store cake, where you bite into it expecting homemade cream cheese icing, and you end up with some canned Betty Crocker that's a little past its best before. I mean, to be clear, the viewing angles and contrast ratio are great. It's still icing. You just regret asking for a corner piece. Maximum brightness could be better described as maximum glowiness, and average delta E values of 5.67 are only okay if you don't see huge outliers and you're covering more than 67% of sRGB color space. I don't want to sound ungrateful here. I still wouldn't personally trade it for a TN. I'm just saying that you won't be doing any serious video editing or Photoshop unless you want to invest in a secondary monitor to check your work. Another area that Acer skimped is the 48 watt-hour battery. To their credit, Acer was at least honest about this, but with this kind of showing in our standard battery test, basically, if you're carting one of these around to class, you should expect to be getting familiar with the power outlet locations. The trackpad, though, is a return to things that are pretty good. It's accurate, and tap-to-click and gestures work well, but I do wish that the force required to press was a little less, so that dragging and dropping files was easier, and the keyboard feels pretty good too. Again, the
Which
force to
one?
press the
Archer
keys is a little
Quest.
too high,
Oh, good.
and they are a touch mushy, so I can't get quite as fast as I could on something like an Alienware or the Surface laptop. It's a bummer, because on a gaming laptop, quick and accurate key presses are a plus, but overall, it does the job it needs to, and the inclusion of both a backlight and a full number pad are appreciated. And the positives don't end there. If the 250 gig SATA SSD, which can be upgraded to NVMe, by the way, isn't quite enough to house your gaming collection, adding up to 32 gigs of RAM or a 2.5-inch hard drive on the Helios is really easy. Each of those has its own compartment on the bottom, so it only takes one screw to access. It should be noted, though, that anything beyond that requires a full disassembly. So then, in response to the original question, what you're giving up is screen and battery. So if you want a laptop for productivity and you just want to game on it a little bit, I'd go for something at this price point with a GTX 1050 Ti, a Core i5, and potentially nearly double the battery life. But if you want a machine that is laser focused on price to performance for gaming, at just over $1,000, the Predator Helios 300 knocks it out of the park. Highly recommended. It's on fire! It's that amazing. Can't believe it.
Avoid fissures in the area. Use these to crack open.
Squarespace lets anybody build their own beautiful, functional website. You just pick out a template and, with a couple of emails or quick chat messages to their 24/7 tech support, you can be up and running. It's just $12 a month to start, and you get a free domain if you buy for a year. They've got so many great cloud-based tools. They've got responsive design built into every template. They've got commerce built in with every website. Cover pages is a feature that allows you to set up a beautiful one-page online presence in minutes. And the best part is that it's just super reliable. There's no tooling around. Your website's just always up. So start a trial with no credit card required and start building your website today. Then, when you decide to sign up, head over to squarespace.com/LTT. Offer code LTT to get 10% off. So thanks for watching, guys. If you disliked this video, hit that dislike button. But if you liked it, hit that like button. Get subscribed. Maybe consider checking out where to buy the stuff we featured at the link in the video description. Also down there is a link to our t-shirt store where you can buy t-shirts and other swag as well, and our community forum, which you should totally join. Now I'm going to go turn that on because I have one more video to film right here. It's not a real fire. It's clearly a test. That's not how it reads when it's a real fire that it's saying.
Go to the dig site. Relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside. deployed. Protect the unit while it extracts the artifact. An artifact has been located. Proceed to the dig site. Look what we just uncovered. We are going to need more reactants. We want to open that weapon.
Oh, I'm gonna kill it.
Excavator is ready to go.
Alright.
Power to enter transit from fire. The scanner has picked up the target. Go to the dig site. The enemies are dropping reactors. Excavation complete. Look what we found. artifact has been located. Proceed to the dig site. The excavator has lost power. Find another cell. Excavator deployed. Protect the unit while it extracts the artifact. The scanner has picked up a target. Go to the dig site. Dig complete. Your hard work has just been rewarded. Excavator is ready to go. Keep it powered and protected from enemy fire. An artifact has been located. Proceed to the dig site. The excavator has run out of power. Find a cell. Look what we just uncovered. Excavator destroyed. Protect the remaining dig sites.
construction.
Do you remember the old war, operator? Order seems to have misplaced those memories.
Our position has been compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive. Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a magic relic? A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. Use that reactant to open a relic. You need more to open that door. Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
And that left and right too.
Operator, I run diagnostic regressions. All systems nominal. You don't need to thank me.
Avoid fissures. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics.
Oh.
Excavator is ready to go. Keep it powered and protected from enemy fire. They're dropping reactant. Use it to crack open a relic.
Oh, fuck.
An artifact has been located. Proceed to the dig site. You are going to need our reactant not to open that relic. Excavator deployed. Protect you while it extracts the artifact. Take it complete. Your hard work has just been rewarded. An artifact has been located. Proceed to the dig site. Excavator is ready to go. Keep it powered and protected from enemy fire. The scanner has picked up a target. Go to the dig site. Look what we just uncovered. Extraction is now available.